Hey guys, it's your girl Kizzy Rock, and yes, Kizzy Rock is my birth given name. Happy Monday, guys. Want to say hey to all my subscribers, new as well this season. I got a word for you. Tap in. Happy Monday, chosen ones. Happy Monday morning, depending on where you are. So, guys, I want to speak about a few things. I want to speak in regards to when God blocks it. I want to speak in regards to guard your mind. We are under intense spiritual warfare. There's a lot of activity going on in the spiritual realm. And if you're not careful, the enemy is going to try to snatch your mind. Okay? So it's pivotal for you to guard your mind. All right, let's start really quickly with if God blocks it. Okay, so I made a recording last night and I was stating that because a lot of chosen ones are currently in I don't know if it's a season, maybe it's a season for some, but in a stance right now where it's a posture of stillness. And many of you guys have been in this place of stillness for quite some time, and you're starting to get antsy. Where before, when you entered this season or this stance, posture of stillness, at the beginning you were okay because maybe you were coming out of some kind of season that was very overwhelming for you and whatever reason. But then you entered a season of stillness and you were okay with it. But you didn't expect to be in this stillness this long. So now you're getting antsy. It's too quiet for you, right? You're too bored. You need to be doing something. So now the enemy is tempting you to start that business, go to that place, right? Answer that phone call from the ex, like whatever, right? He's trying to do whatever to distract you, or he's bringing people, counterfeits, into your life during a time where he's calling you to be still. See, again, this is why this walk is very difficult, because it's about obedience over emotion. So it doesn't even matter what you want to do or what you think will entertain you. If there's a conviction, right, it's obedience over emotions. So one thing that the enemy is truly trying to do right now is he is trying to get people out of position, right? So that can look like you going somewhere when you're supposed to be still, but you going somewhere is literally going to get you out of alignment, and you're going to miss the person, place, or thing, because remember, it's time sensitive. That's going to be the very thing that opens that door for you, that co-signs your name, that helps elevate you to the next level. So he's trying to get you out of place, physical place. Okay. He's also trying to get you out of place in a sense of meeting a counterfeit. That counterfeit is going to turn around and be some type of narcissist, some type of witch, some type of warlock. Because now your mind is in toil, especially all my phones are going off. Let's say you're a liar. I mean, each one. I got 3 phones, honey, and they're all going off. Whoo, honey, he's mad, but you're gonna stay mad. So he's going to choose, right? He can choose anybody, but he's going to choose, handpick, select a witch, a warlock, some type of demonic narcissist, because that more than anybody will keep your mind in toil. Think about it. If you just meet a random person, right? Just meaning a person who's not a narcissist, I mean, you get a conviction and cut it off. You just cut it off. But when it comes down to narcissists and things like that, even if you get that conviction to cut it off and you're obedient to it, your spirit is still going to be in toil. You're entangled. These are spirits that you're wrestling with. So now, rather than be at a place of stillness so you can hear your word, so you can hear your strategic move, so you can hear when he says, all right, go. Instead, your mind is in toil with a narcissist who is manipulating you, making you think you're the crazy one. And it's a whole ploy. They know what they're doing, but they're manipulating your mind to have your mind in toil. And even if he's not sending new ones, he's now revealing old ones. Meaning, because you're so disciplined and that you won't go out and get your hands in something right now because you already know what time it is and how Satan is moving out here. Now he's using the people who you were once okay with, and he is doing something with their spirit because, see, they're not really tapped in like that to even understand that Satan is using them. So now you got people who you placed boundaries around 85 years ago. They respected the boundaries, and now they're manipulating you or crossing boundaries. So now you're now seeing them for the true narcissists that they always were, but you missed it because there were scales on your eyes. But now God is revealing to you who some of these people always were. He must reveal it now so you can know what you're wrestling against. This is why your spirit is all over the place. This is why if you're really tapped in, you know you got to cut some people off completely until the shift is over. Because if they're not wise enough, discerning enough, tapped in enough, which is okay, they're going to allow the enemy to use them. See, as a chosen one, if you're really tapped in, God will reveal to you what a certain person, meaning these are people close to you or people you really know, what a person is dealing with, right? He'll reveal it like, okay, personally, even with me, I have a friend right now, a great friend right now. I know she's going through some attacks. Didn't say anything to me about it, but I know it. But at the same time, there's a very, very clear download and conviction for me to pull back from her, right? Because, and it's so deep, guys, you got to really hear this with your spiritual ears, because I'm wise enough to know, because she's already under attack, that my only job is to stand with her and pray behind the scenes. If I don't use my wisdom, the enemy is going to start dropping things in my head about her. Oh, she's acting funny. And now here you go and call someone or text someone and be like, why are you acting funny? Like, okay, so it's like that now? Like, okay, I'll see you when Jesus come home. You are adding a new layer of oppression when they're already battling something. You got to use your wisdom here. So the point is, most people are not going to be that tapped in to know how this spiritual realm works. So if God is telling you to fall back. But most people won't do that because most people are selfish. Most people want what they want. So you can be going through something, and what happens? They start piling all their stuff on top of you. And the crazy thing about people, they tend to think they are the only one who's calling you for assistance in whatever area. So they're not thinking about, one, you're going through your own stuff, right? Okay, that right there is already heavy. You're going through your own stuff. You have that one person who assume they're the only person. In reality, there's 20 plus more. Just speaking in general here. And as a chosen one, there's a great chance out of those 20 people, 17 of them are pulling from you. The other 3, prayerfully, are your soul tribes and others who are really tapped in. And they carry reciprocity. But as a chosen one, there's a great chance that the majority of them are going to be people who pull from you. And that's not always a bad thing, right? It's part of the game. The point I'm making is you got to use your wisdom to know when you cannot be pulled from. The enemy is trying to snatch people's mind, literally. When you have conversations with people or when you're outside, look around. Everybody is like on edge. Like people don't even like, he's trying to snatch your mind, chosen ones. Those of you with those people-pleasing spirits, which most chosen people have or had at some point, but if you're still struggling in that area, please, literally, ask God to give you grace and strength to rebuke that people-pleasing spirit. The enemy will use that people-pleasing spirit right now to snatch your mind. Because he's attacking you in your own stuff. And now because you can't say, no, I'm sorry, I can't do that now. I can't be there this time. I can't do this. I can't do that. Because you're a people pleaser, you're going to be saying yes to everything. You're going to answer all the calls. You're going to show up and go everywhere. And the crazy part about it is you are showing up for these people, and there's a great chance these same people wouldn't show up for you if the tables were turned. In this season, there's so much that God is doing. But one thing that he's doing is he's teaching people firm boundaries because he knows this shift that's coming is major and he cannot take us higher if we cannot put boundaries in place at our current level. If you are tired of people in general here, if you are tired of people, put some boundaries up. You won't even have to cut them off. You won't have to put some boundaries up. They're going to fall off. And they need to, because it reveals to you truly who people are. This really is where you need to be. Like, seriously, we should have always been here, but we really need to be at this posture now where even if you only have 1, 2, and 3 solid on your team, and one of those may be your life partner or your spouse. Long as they're solid, that's all you need. You need a small, intimate, solid team. I'm talking reciprocity. We're talking tap in, selflessness, and so on. Reciprocity is a must right now. Reciprocity is a must right now because the chosen ones are under such intense spiritual, emotional, and mental warfare. The only people you need around you right now is people with reciprocity who can pour back into you. So when you're out here pouring out to others, meaning not just anybody, but connected and aligned with your purpose and your calling, when you release that, boom, you're right back filled because now you got people on your team who can fill you when you empty out. But if you got people around you and all they're doing is calling you about their problems, they don't even ask you how you're doing. We all are going through something. They don't even ask you, how are you doing? How can you be a benefit to them? Instead, it's they need you here. Can you do this? Can you come here? All this on top of your own stuff. And here goes some people run around like a chicken. Oh, yes, I'll be there. Yes, 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 yes. You go and make everybody else happy. You go and fill their tank. You come home to an empty tank. You come home, your mental health is struggling. So bad that you tell people, because it's our responsibility to let people know, hey, listen, this just ain't the week, this ain't the month. Like, leave your girl alone, seriously, right? Well, maybe you do, or maybe you don't tell them like that. Who knows? But you tell people, my mental health is not A1. You tell people this season, these people will still call and pull from you because they know you have no boundary. Not you guys, don't. You have no boundaries. People don't care. You will be very alarmed if you ask God to reveal to you the people who genuinely care about you. So if people don't care, you must care for yourself. So why are we concerned about hurting someone's feeling who don't even consider yours? Why are we concerned about telling somebody, no, I'm sorry, I can't do this time. I'm sorry, I can't be there this time. And they've never supported you? Why are you concerned about someone's emotional state because you cut them off because they played in your face? Those are the consequences to your actions. Your actions disrespected me. Your actions hurt me. So you want me to be concerned about your emotions when you never thought about mine. God is not playing with us. Well, I'll tell you this, he's not playing with me. And if you're tapped in right now, he's not playing no games. It's almost like he's trying to get us to this place of I was going to say like where the average person is, but no, that's not us, because we can never be like selfish. We can never be manipulative. But he's trying to get us to a place where we are whole, we are solid, and anything that we do it from overflow. And even though we are called to do certain things, meaning within our purpose and our calling, we still got to know when he says pause, even on your purpose and your calling. That's the crazy part, because sometimes, we do our purpose and our calling so well, and there's always grace, right, to do it. But you got to be so tapped in that you recognize that even if God says, yes, it's your purpose, yes, it's your calling, that right now, I know the enemy is trying to snatch your mind. Take a week off. You got to be okay with that. But that's how tapped in you got to be. And when he reveals that to you, you can't let anybody make you feel, well, you haven't been on YouTube. I'm sorry, my cup is not filled this week. I'm speaking in general now, right? I'm sorry, my cup is not filled this week. I'm sorry, my mental health is like, you guys know we are in seasonal depression. That's how all this stuff is going on, honey. God is like uprooting the evil, shifting the righteous. We feel all this spiritual energy. It's heavy. Guys, this walk is no joke, but it is even more intense the higher you climb. Obviously, we go from level to level, glory to glory. The higher you climb, the things and the truths that God reveals to you is mind-blowing. Why do you think when people start to climb levels, their team is so small, but it's solid? It's solid, but it's so small. There's a lot of reasons. I mean, that's the whole recording in itself on why people fall off, things fall off, mindsets fall off. But ultimately, what I'm speaking about now is this thing gets so heavy spiritually. You're under so much, right? You got to stay tapped in so God can give you strategic moves, right? And don't get it twisted. Oh, you got that fire, right? Don't get it twisted. But then, if you're not disciplined enough and you're slipping and you give room to the enemy, you are then fighting unnecessary warfare. So instead, trust and believe when God reveals to you full-blown narcissists that you missed, full-blown users, liars, schemers, scam. Trust when he reveals it to you. Stop trying to go and get back the very thing that God has removed. He's trying to protect you. He's trying to save you, because that big, beautiful heart and spirit that you have as a chosen one, the thing that they say they love about you the most, for some people, is the very thing they hate about you the most. Those of you who are more extroverted, of course, it's never all in anything, but I'll speak for myself. Most chosen people that I know they're introverted. I think it's just like spiritually set up that way. I guess you can also factor in trauma, because most chosen people have dealt with being misunderstood, rejected, abandoned, all this other stuff, right? So you can add that in as well, because when you tend to just figure things out on your own. You live in your own head. You do well together. You do well solo, because you never fit in anyway, for whatever reason. Why? Maybe, like, even with myself, it's not that I was rejected, right? Because people have always like wanted me in their group or their this, that, and the third. I don't feel comfortable here. I feel out of place here. So I'm not joining this group and that group and this group. No. I want to go over here and make friends with the ones who's being bullied and sit by a tree somewhere. I don't want to be in your group because it's popular. I'm popular on my own. Hence my name. But those of you who are more extroverted, you may really, really struggle, because as Pastor R.C. Blake said, it's not lonely at the top, right? And I mean, granted, guys, we ain't at the top yet, right? It's not lonely at the top. It's lonely between levels, meaning when God is processed, because see, each level requires some kind of new process. This is why we're always in isolation. Like, we get out of isolation, then we get to have a great time or whatever we're doing. Then boom, you hit another isolation season. And those are for different reasons too. But a lot of the times you're going to always hit an isolation, like a standstill, again, where many of us are currently, before a next shift. So if you're extroverted, you may struggle here, but trust and believe. Trust and believe that even as people fall off for whatever reason, when people fall off, there's already a soul tribe that is ordained for you. And it may not be a lot of people. Again, it may be 1, 2, or 3. Who knows, right? But it's going to be, your soul tribes are going to be people who feel like it's kindred spirits. It's like you meet these people, and it's like, I've known you all my life. You meet these individuals, and it's like you feel more safe with them than somebody you may have known all your life. Because see, and the reason why when you meet a person and you feel like, oh my goodness. Now we're not speaking anything physical or anything fleshly. We're not even emotional. We're not even speaking chemistry, because chemistry is amazing. We're speaking spiritual, where it feels safe. It feels like something about you belongs because it was already ordained in the spiritual realm. The meeting is already connected in the spiritual realm. You just haven't met the physical body yet. So when the physical body meets, it's like, boom. Oh my goodness. I think I've known you all my life. So if you're struggling with the fact that God has removed or pruned people, and pruning happens for different reasons. Sometimes you just grow apart in general, just life in general, you grow apart. For some, it's because that big, beautiful heart, you truly could never see a person for who they are. And truth of the matter is, even though you may have had convictions to walk away, you weren't strong enough to leave them. So God allowed, not caused, allowed them to leave you. Some of you, because you struggle with boundaries, and God really haven't, because that's the process, and God really haven't really you haven't really healed enough in that area. He knows because you struggle with boundaries, and he knows that because you're already under attack and you're going to still say yes, 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 then he will allow something to happen where that relationship of whatever sort is just disconnect, maybe for that moment until you come out of this place, right? Maybe it will reconnect after, sometimes not. And you have to be okay with that. It's obedience over emotions. He sees something that you can't see. He's seeing the person who will violate you and betray you at the next level when you have access to more, and it will affect you more profoundly than. All right, let's talk about when God blocks it. When he blocks what? Well, take your scenario, plug it in, get in where you fit in. Person, place, or things. When God blocks it, a lot of the time, trauma or just maybe us being humans, whatever, is going to feel like rejection, right? Now we know, right? What's the cliche? God's people's rejection is God protection. Okay, absolutely. But right now, in particularly, yes, that overall, absolutely. But right now, the download was more so less about, for those of us who are tired of waiting. And like I said in the recording last night, one reason why some of us are so antsy while waiting, and if you could describe it, or if I could describe it, in a physical form, it's almost like pressure bust pipes. So it's almost like you feel like pipes that are like seriously at that capacity where they're swollen, but they just haven't burst yet. Like the pressure feels like that. And it's just like, so what's happening is, many things are, but one thing that's happening is your spirit is already in the new season. Like I gave the example earlier, when you meet a God-ordained person who somehow is connected within your purpose and your calling, and it may not even be completely revealed yet, meaning you met the person, it's like, kindred spirit. And truth of the matter is, it may be next season before you really see the full manifestation of why God allowed you to even met that person. But the point I'm making here is, remember when you met them, it's like your spirit already knew it had arrived, it was there. So even now, Your spirit is already ahead of you at the next level. Your body is not physically there because the door hasn't opened, the destiny helper hasn't arrived, this is that and the third, whatever. Your body is not there. So your body is still within the old season, even if the old season is standstill in stillness. But it's pressure because you know you're supposed to be in a new season at the next level, but you're still stuck and stagnant. Feels like you're in quicksand and you just want to be at the next level because you feel it. Now, why are we stuck and stagnant? That's a whole recording within itself, right? It could be our own doing, right? But what I'm speaking of now, what I feel in my spirit now, these are the people that truly, like, you've done good, you've done well. Not perfect. We ain't that cute, boo. But we passed. Let's just say that. And a lot of people can't say that, honey. Some of us passed by the skin of our teeth, but we passed. Because, honey, let me just tell you. Woo, honey. The last couple of weeks had me in the chokehold. Because I've been out like 7 days a week. Just having a good time. In the chokehold. But your girl got right. Because many of us are struggling because this standstill. Again, we were okay with it in the beginning because we came out of season and we just wanted to be still. Like, please, just let your girl breathe. And now we're just like, I'm just sitting here and Lord, I know what I feel. I know it's more. I know it's now. Like, increase is now. But I'm stuck in this stillness. Here comes the enemy. Oh, you're tired of sitting? You're tired of waiting? You're bored? Maybe it was never God. Maybe it was a familiar spirit. Well, maybe you should just try this until God comes through. Start this bit. God told you to be still. He told us to be still. Now, here goes the enemy. Start this business. This will keep you entertained until God says this, that, and the third. Just go there. Matter of fact, remember that ex that you had back in 1926? I wonder how they're doing now. Now you pick up the phone and call that ex. He answers. You're excited. Oh, I guess it was God. Honey, you found out he's married. God said be still, but you're bored, so now you go and apply for a second job. Yes, you need more money, but God said be still because you're going to miss some kind of strategic information you need. You apply for the job. They called you back and say, hey, you got the job. Phone rings 15 minutes later. Oh, you know what? We made a mistake. We decided to go with someone else. Rejection. I can't think of another scenario now, but the point is, it feels like rejection, but is God blocking it? He's blocking it because, again, he's requiring you to be still. Whatever you do, person, place, or thing, whatever you do, if he has blocked it, do not fight to get it back. Because one thing I've learned, he knows if we're really struggling with something, like truly you're trying to like make a decision, like, oh my goodness, is this God, is a familiar spirit, like, oh my goodness, I need to go on a fast to get clarity, I need to go in nature to get some clarity. Like, he really knows when we're struggling with something. And so that's why he'll step in and he'll block it for us. Now it is our responsibility at that point to really sit and ponder and really tap in. Because if he's blocked it, there's a great chance that he already told you in advance in prior seasons or prior times that this was something that he did not want you to do. And you forgot about it because there's so much going on and you're just like freaking out because you're overwhelmed. He understands that, right? So he's going to bring it back to your attention. Like some of you guys, it may be coming back to your attention now, like, oh my goodness, that's true. Because that one thing that I tried to do, God did tell me last year that don't do that. It's going to be some kind of distraction, right? So he's blocking it for you. He knows you don't even like that ex. You didn't like the ex when you was with him. Or with her. And because you're bored, because you feel empty, and that empty place that many people are feeling right now, it almost feels like you're empty or dead inside. It's because you haven't walked into your new assignments yet. And the old assignments are dried up. Even if you are still physically operating in that assignment, is not fulfilling you. So you feel dead inside. So you feel like if I go back to this ex, honey, you was dead inside when you was with this nutcase. So you think if you go back now, if you slap some holy oil on his head, he's going to be faithful this time. It's all a trap from the enemy. And because many of us don't know how to be still, many of us don't even know how to sit in peace because we're not used to peace. Peace disturbs us. I remember Pastor R.C. Oh my goodness, Lord help me. Bishop Sam said that to me when we were all at dinner. He said that, and it blew my mind because it is true. We don't even know how to sit in peace when we have to be in peace for an extended period of time. I'm sitting at dinner with this beautiful family, and I'm like checking my phone because why isn't my staff blowing my phone up? I'm out of town, and they're not even like blowing. They blow my phone up when I'm in town. Why aren't you blowing my phone up? And I was in my feelings because I felt like, why don't they need me? And he was like, we be praying for peace and don't even know how to receive the peace. Woo, honey, the struggle be real. You're trying to find something right now to fill that void, to fill that empty feeling that you feel inside. The feeling of despair, feeling of what feels like depression, not speaking clinical. And I'm not saying that none of this stuff, I'm not saying that any of it could not be that, but I'm speaking more spiritual right now. So you're longing for something, and that longing now have you reaching out to the very things that are going to be things that trap you. See, once we get past this shift, and this shift is really about several things, obviously, but a lot of it truly is God fighting our battles. And he's making us be still as he fights. It's like he's slaying demons, right? He's slaying this evil system. Everything is being dismantled. So he is almost like he's telling us, job well done. Y'all, job well done. This side, job well done. You've been fighting all your life at this point. Just move to the side for 1 second. This is my doing. And we can't even be still. We want to help God out. And so now that he's dismantling all of this evil, And because we are so spiritually sensitive, we're feeling this heaviness. And because we don't have anything to do. And this should be a perfect indication on how we know that purpose in calling is the only thing that can fulfill you. Of course, a relationship with God first and foremost, but purpose in calling, because think about it. Even if you have access to people, you may be making your head hard and not following your convictions right now. Even if you have access to people, do you feel fulfilled? No, they're getting on your nerves. Your old addictions don't even make you feel the same. Speaking of that, during these times, because again, when you feel empty, a lot of people don't like that feeling, especially if you have unresolved trauma. Because when you're sitting in isolation or quiet time or stillness, right? Then what if you haven't processed trauma, now your traumas are replaying. So this is why old addictions will creep back up. But you got to know it for what it is. You got to rebuke it. You got to just know. And this is why, again, distractions must be non-existent, because if you're a distraction, you're not tapped in. So you're missing things and you're moving in flesh, and before you know it, you're back watching that porn. Sir, turn it off, sir. Spirits are jumping through the TV, sir. Whoo, child, I gotta go. But guys, please, if okay, quick insert. So I've been doing interviews for the last week, right? But God had already revealed to me, I don't know, maybe like a year ago, that there was a certain kind of person that I would eventually run into, and I was not to hire like this person. I don't know why, but I know the download was clear as day. So as I'm doing interviews all last week, this exact kind of person popped up. But the person started sounding like really, really good in the interview. And I mean, I'm smitten. I'm just like, oh my goodness. I really like your resume. This is that and the third. As soon as I got off the phone, boom, conviction. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot God, da. Now here goes the enemy. But the resume was really, really good. And now I'm toiling with something. Is this spirit? Is this flesh? Is this emotion? Is this God? Is it familiar spirit? Oh, and I'm really sitting here debating ignorantly, what is this? What spirit is this? But God had already revealed to me long ago that this spirit will present itself. And now here I am, because I'm distracted with overwhelm, especially that day, because it was one of those days. And now I'm sitting here like, oh my goodness, I don't even know. Well, tell me why the person emailed me this morning and was like, you know what? I just got a call for a job that's actually more closer to me. So instead of me driving 40 minutes, it's like 10 minutes. I'm so sorry I can't take the job. I'm like, okay. I wish you well. Instantly, I realized that God knew that even though he revealed it to me long ago, that I was still struggling, not struggling, if you will, because I wasn't going to make a move, period, if I had no clarity on it, but that I was still kind of toggling, I guess, going back and forth with it. So boom, he blocked it. I can see it as rejection. Like, who you playing with, girl? I'm everything. I take great care of my staff, right? You want to be on the team. You don't even know what you're missing. I would never say that. That's all pride right there, right? Right? But I do take great care of myself though. But instantly, I was like, Lord, you are so good. He is blocking. He is blocking the very thing that he revealed to you, or maybe you missed the revelation about something that would have you fighting and toiling with distractions in spirits, all so you can miss your next move. You guys have a great one. It's your girl, Kizzy.